Hello, everybody, and welcome to a look at Zero Distance, another mobile. Yeah, I can't even speak. It is a mobile tower defense simulator where you're the tower. For this demo, looks like there's a couple of characters, but I don't have any cash because I got like 38,000. So I have to be this guy who's got a little story as a former soldier turned freedom fighter, uses pistol and rifle weapons. The other guy has some better stats, but whatever, I can't use it. There are multiple weapons. But I'm going to use the AK-47. I feel like that's like the one use. Most of the things are not available. There's a hunting rifle as well. It does a lot of damage, but it's low firing rate. So I'm going to use this, and we only got the one level, so I'm going to jump into this and try it out. Now, I did change the difficulty to have up to 90 enemies on screen, because it says, the more enemies on screen, the more difficult, which seems to be a true statement in most contexts, so hopefully, hopefully the game ramps up at a pretty decent scale of difficulty, nothing that would be considered, over the top, that, would be impossible to kind of succeed here. Alright, I can't buy any new weapons, so that's unfortunate. Well, buy an upgrade. $2. Ooh, player money gain, plus 100. Absolutely, that sounds like a good idea. See, what else can we do with all our cash here? Some extra armor. Let's regenerate some health. Let's go a bit faster. A bit of a magnet. Oh, I can't do any more upgrades because I don't have any more dollars? Really? I got $58 up here. Oh, because I've upgraded my character 5 times. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, well. Time for wave 2. With this many waves, I don't know if we're going to, eventually get more characters to fight, or how things are going to work. It seems really weird that I'm holding the gun in the way that I am. It feels kind of weird. I'm also going to say, I'm kind of surprised at this game in comparison to, the last game I played from this developer was Choo Choo Survivor, or Choo Choo Survivors. I don't remember. It was the Choo Choo something. And I thought that was really good. It felt really unique. It was something that was really, really catchy, really simple to kind of jump into, but man, it was just super entertaining and addictive, and it just was a ton of fun. This feels a bit it just feels a little bit more, I don't know, I guess kind of like it's been I don't know, it just feels like jumping on the bandwagon of this genre, I guess is a good way to say it. And the reason I say that is because, look at, my guns are just, they're not being held, they're just kind of floating out in front of me. It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's using, the Cinti polygonal aspect, or, assets that I've seen, a billion times. And even though they, I haven't really seen them too much in a top-down perspective, I've seen them so often that it doesn't feel unique at all. It feels like I'm playing something I've already played before with just, just being presented slightly different. So I think, the art doesn't necessarily make a game, but it certainly does have a lot that goes into it, and I just don't feel that it's really adding a lot to the game right here. It feels kind of drab, you know. It just feels. I mean, drab is really the word that I'm looking for. It just feels kind of dull and uninspired, which I know it's going to come off as harsh, and I don't mean for it to come off as harsh, but it's just kind of how I feel for what I'm playing and seeing. I'll just walk around and see if we can look at the area a little bit and see if we get anything. I blew up a box. I have no idea what I got out of it, if anything. The magnet itself doesn't seem to work too much. I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of only leveling up at the end of the waves. The damage being listed doesn't really feel as though it adds anything to the experience whatsoever. I mean, all that tells me is like, oh, hey, you know what? My level 3 AK-47 knockoff is probably the gun that's doing the most damage. I honestly feel like I should probably just not buy any other weapons. If I was to play this again, I would just wait until I could get more AK-47 knockoffs of the RU-7 or whatever they call it in this experience. I do like this aspect, the, you know, amount of weight, you know, I think that's kind of cool. Let's see, this is all good news. We'll take this. And I'll take that, and then I'll do an upgrade. And that's all she wrote for that experience. Yeah, I don't understand this, you know, the point of this stat for showing me how much damage my guns are doing. Like, it doesn't really seem relevant. It would make more sense if it just said what the base damage was for them. Like, if I could look at it and say, alright, my top gun does 10,000 damage per second or something, and my pistol does 500, you know, I don't know. I mean, like, something like that would give me more of an incentive to actually pay attention to that stuff. So, the fact that the enemies shoot at you, that's pretty cool. Like, I like that. We don't really see a lot of that in these games. Most of the times, everything is melee-based. Which I understand because it makes more sense from an aspect of trying to stay alive as a character, but this definitely gives it a nice little level of kind of increased difficulty of sorts. We'll just make my gun even stronger. Upgrade those again. And a pistol. And another rifle update. So yeah, I mean, the thing here is like, okay, I can see 23.6, 15.8, 42.9, but it's slow. It's very, very slow. If I get 255, I guess I'll use it towards this. So I've got 20 waves to go, and I will be honest, I have exactly zero incentive to make it through those 20 waves right now. Like, it's just because there's nothing here like to really kind of entice me and keep me going. Like, I'm not going to say that this isn't going to one day become a very enjoyable survivors-like shooter, because it certainly can, because these games, they do a good job typically of just becoming these kind of entertaining time sinks. It's something about the simplicity of the nature of things, the satisfaction of killing a bunch of enemies, hordes of enemies, and just staying alive and doing everything. Like, it's a tried and true method of making a game that people love to play and enjoy. I just, you know, just playing it now, though, I'm just saying that right now it's certainly not something that is going to make it feel any different than, you know, all of the other titles that are similar. And I've played so many games that are essentially this. And so it's... I guess if I buy one, it does it for all of them? That's kind of unexpected, but hey, I'll take that as a win, I guess. Did not mean to do that. That was a kind of a wasted purchase. Alright, another wave, which, you know, they just kind of look the same. So, like, the problem when I'm saying that I don't have any incentive to make it to wave 20, it's because, I mean, I'm on wave 7 now. It all feels exactly the same. I don't know what's going on with the vehicle. I almost wonder if I can get inside it. If I can, I don't know how. Maybe if I click on it? Oh wait, no, I don't have like a clicking ability. No, I can shoot it enough until it explodes. It's pretty much like the classic first-person shooter method of doing a lot of strafing to shoot the enemies. That's kind of what's working here. I mean, and I have some pretty decent upgrades for myself, so I mean, that's seems to be helping me stay alive with the regeneration and everything. I'll do some more armor and just kind of focus on my own, kind of focus on my upgrades, I think. I feel like that's probably the best thing to do at the moment. Alright, those are all upgraded. Now, if I buy this... Okay, so never mind, it's fine. Level up. Level up. Level up. Too bad we can't adjust our weight, like, get stronger. Maybe we can, like, with the right kind of upgrade. I don't know, but... we don't have, like, a sprint option, dodge, or anything like that. Which I feel that's something that... a lot of these games, they don't have that. That's not a thing that you have, but I definitely wish you did. I wish I was able to sprint, something like that, a dodge, a roll, something that gives me a little bit more flexibility, because with such a small play area, all I'm doing is going around in a circle. And, you know, it's going to get old really fast. There's not, you know, there's no upgrades that seem to pop out during gameplay itself. There's been no, like, magnets that pop out that are going to help me get stuff. I have no... there's no, like, proper risk versus reward here, so, like, you know, my incentive is simply to kind of just continue going in circles, around and around. Which, you know, I guess is fine, ultimately, in the long run of things. But it definitely leaves a lot to be desired, because I'm not able to really do anything that would be... you know, in a lot of games that are similar to this, you're going to see something pop up, like, you know, some kind of bonus. Either maybe it's health that's popped up that you can grab. Maybe it's a shield or armor, or maybe it's something that's going to be like an explosion, or, you know, there is the, you know, magnet that pops up. So you have this reason to kind of try to put some risk into it. From what I'm seeing, there is none of that here, so I have no incentive to do anything except for this weird strafing circle situation, which works. I'm getting my cash. I'm taking very little damage. I'm doing it, but it just offers very little value. So I realize at this point, this video is turning into this just very kind of critical feedback session, I guess. Which wasn't the intention, but I mean, that's just kind of where I guess I've kind of rolled into you know, things, the situation here. And this player magnet skill that pops up, it's not very good. Like, it doesn't do much of anything. Alright, I've made it to 10 waves. Can I make it to all 20? I can't imagine actually surviving all the way to wave 20, but maybe. I guess it all depends on how much money I get. But I will say the magnet skill that I've been getting and making those little upgrades, they're not very good. Like, I still feel as though I'm unable to pick up any kind of cash without being really, really close to it. And as time goes on, I feel that instead of really progressing, I'm getting less cash each time I play. The fact that I, like, kind of regenerate all my health at the end of every level or wave, that's another thing about, like, not having any kind of real sense of danger or urgency. I'm not really worried about anything. Give yourself some speed. Might as well regenerate a little bit more health. And I'm gonna go with speed again. I feel like that's appropriate. Although more damage would be always kind of ideal, but again, I just doesn't really seem necessary. So, like, we've fallen into that kind of identical problem that a lot of games like this run into, and it's you either play long enough to become this kind of character that's completely overpowered and just ultimately destroys everything with very little effort, or you run into a situation where the player has already experienced pretty much everything there is experienced within a couple of minutes, and there's very little reason for them to continue. And that's kind of where we're at. I mean, 17 minutes into it, and I'm still playing because, I mean, despite the criticism that I've given the game, I still enjoy this sort of game. Like, I like the simplicity of it, I enjoy the explosions, the rewards, you know, I enjoy those kinds of aspects. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm not, like, somewhat disappointed in the experience and what I'm seeing, because I definitely wish there was something a little bit more in depth for it. We pretty much upgraded almost as much as I can. I should probably sell that hunting rifle and just pick up another AK-47 or RU-7, RU-7, whatever it is. I'm actually kind of hoping these guys kill me, so that I don't make it. And according to Twitch Studio, it's not picking up the fact that people are chainsawing outside, so I'm hoping it's not coming up into the stream or the video, because I've already been playing this for 18 minutes, and I don't edit my stuff. I just record and go, because I think that's important. I wasn't purposely trying to get killed, I'm just trying to get all the money. The time's almost up. I'm not really sure what the luck does, if anything. Oh, wave 13. Alright, we're gonna just die in this one. Because honestly, it's just the same stuff. Like, I mean, like, nothing has really changed for any of these waves. I'm just still playing the same thing again and again and again. All right. So now that that's happened, we can make some purchases. Um. Wow. 8,000 gold. That's it. Jeez. Okay. Well, anyway, there we go. That's a look at Zero Distance. So, the link is going to be in the description. If you'd like to give it a shot, there is a demo, and the game is expected to come out in June of 2024.